Welcome to day 43 of the scripture writing study. It's based in topic surrender. Sorry. Here is my note card, and the verse for today is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 15. For this is the will of God, that by doing good you may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men. And here's my notebook. And then here is... So when my actions are dictated by God's will, the ignorant will be hard-pressed to find fault. Of course, the ignorant will find fault anyway, I think. However, I'm taking this verse completely out of the context, okay? And it's not like it's too far off, right? Because God has called us to be holy, right? That is the will of God. We are to be obedient children. We're not to conform ourselves to our former lusts, right? As is our ignorance. That would be us in our ignorance. So when we make that transition to Christ, right? We are no longer the same people that we were. And we have to act like that. And so the way I see this verse is very applicable to me in my life today and every day is this very real. When I submit to the will of God, right? When I have that transaction with Jesus, that submission, that belief, the faith, it behooves me to adjust my actions, to control myself. Now, when it's still hard because I'm still in the flesh, right? So I still want to give in to temptation. I want to rant and rave against people who are ridiculous over the silliness of the internet makes everything so much worse, right? I want to, when my husband says something or does something that just makes me want to scream, I want to, in my flesh, retaliate in some way, even if it's just by being miserable. But when I walk in Jesus, when I walk in faith, when I walk in submission, it's better that I do good, that I do better. Because why? My actions dictate, like the world is watching me. The world is watching Christians. And how many people have you heard that are not Christian or who left the faith because of other people who are not doing good, who are not doing the will of God, where they don't see evidence of Jesus? Well, when we act correctly, we put the ignorant down, right? We don't put them down in a bad way, but we shut them down. Does that make sense? And that's important.